Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a world where every conversation sparks real connection, where listening isn't just a skill, but the secret ingredient to transform your leadership and change lives. Today, you'll discover how a simple shift in perspective can turn ordinary moments into powerful opportunities, both in the workplace and beyond. If you've ever felt that something was missing in the way leaders communicate, stick around. What you're about to hear will open your eyes to the incredible impact of leading with genuine empathy. Imagine a moment when the world seemed to pause just for you. A moment when someone looked into your eyes and truly saw you, not just the surface, but the heart behind it. I want you to picture that feeling as the foundation of everything we're about to explore. There was a time when a simple act of genuine care transformed an ordinary day into a memory that would forever change a life. It wasn't about grand gestures or expensive solutions. It was about one person taking a few extra minutes to listen, to understand, and to connect. That one moment set off a ripple effect, showing how a small seed of empathy can blossom into something that transforms not just an individual, but an entire community. Think about the times you've been rushed through your day, where no one stopped to ask if you were okay, or really listen when you spoke. Now imagine the opposite. A leader who takes the time to pause, looks beyond the hustle, and reaches out with sincere concern. That leader doesn't simply issue orders. They inspire by connecting on a human level. The power of that connection is immeasurable. It's the spark that turns a group of individuals into a family, that shifts a workplace from a space of mere productivity into a community where every person feels valued and heard. When we lead with empathy, we are not just managing tasks. We are nurturing souls and building bridges of trust that endure through life's toughest challenges. I remember a story of a leader who, in the midst of a crisis, chose to sit down with a team member who felt overwhelmed and isolated. Instead of brushing aside their concerns or dictating a solution, this leader simply listened. They allowed space for the other person to express their fears, hopes, and dreams. That moment of genuine connection not only eased the burden of the individual, but also sparked a newfound strength in the whole team. People began to speak up, share ideas, and support one another more deeply. It was as if that one act of compassion had unlocked a reservoir of potential that had been waiting to burst forth. This is the secret formula we're talking about. The understanding that when you truly care, you can inspire change far greater than any policy or directive ever could. Now consider how often we undervalue the power of a kind word, a listening ear, or a moment of true understanding. In today's fast-pacing world, these acts of empathy might seem insignificant, but they are the bedrock of transformative leadership. When you lead with empathy, you're not just offering a temporary fix to a problem, you're creating a legacy of trust, loyalty, and genuine human connection. The story I just shared isn't an isolated incident. It's a testament to what can happen when we put empathy at the forefront of our actions. It's a call to break away from the norm of impersonal interactions and step into a space where every conversation holds the promise of healing and growth. As you listen to this speech, I encourage you to open your heart and let these ideas take root in your mind. What if every leader, every colleague, every friend took the time to truly listen and care? Imagine the communities we could build, the barriers we could tear down, and the change we could create simply by prioritizing empathy. This is not just another leadership strategy. It's a movement, a way of life that starts with one simple act and spreads like wildfire. So, stay with me as we dive deeper into this journey. What you're about to discover could transform not only the way you lead, but also the way you live. Let this moment be the turning point where you unlock the secret to creating lasting change, one act of empathy at a time. Imagine stepping into someone else's shoes and seeing the world exactly as they do. This isn't just about hearing words, it's about truly absorbing the feelings, experiences, and dreams behind them. When you pause and listen deeply, you unlock a well of understanding that transforms ordinary interactions into powerful connections. Every conversation becomes a chance to bridge gaps, build trust, and create a space where ideas flourish. Consider how much richer life becomes when you take the time to understand another person's perspective. Instead of focusing solely on your own views, you open up to the unique experiences that have shaped the people around you. It might be as simple as asking, "How are you really feeling today?" And then really listening to the answer without planning your next words. This kind of genuine attention shows that you value not just the ideas they share, but the person sharing them. It turns routine exchanges into moments of connection where both parties feel seen and heard. This approach to leadership isn't about having all the answers or the latest strategies. It's about the simple act of listening, of being present in a moment without distractions. When people feel understood, they are more willing to open up, share their true thoughts, and contribute ideas that might otherwise remain hidden. In every team or community, there's immense power in knowing that someone cares enough to truly understand what's going on beneath the surface. That simple acknowledgement can spark creativity, boost morale, and even pave the way for innovative solutions that benefit everyone. Reflect on a time when you felt ignored or misunderstood. Chances are that experience left a mark, a sense of isolation or frustration. Now, imagine flipping that experience. Picture a moment when someone took the time to sit with you, listen to your challenges, and celebrate your successes, no matter how small. That moment of genuine empathy can change your entire outlook, giving you a renewed sense of purpose and belonging. It's a reminder that every person's story is valuable and every emotion matters. When you choose to understand others, you're not just gaining insight into their world, you're also enriching your own. You begin to see the subtle ways in which different experiences shape the way people think, act, and feel. This deeper perspective allows you to make decisions that are not only smarter, but also more compassionate and inclusive. Decisions made with empathy have a lasting impact because they reflect the true needs and hopes of the people involved. It's about creating an environment where everyone feels valued and motivated to give their best. In every meeting, every conversation, and every shared moment, there's an opportunity to build stronger, more genuine connections. When people sense that you're truly interested in understanding them, it builds a foundation of trust that is hard to break. That trust is what transforms a group of individuals into a cohesive team where everyone feels supported and empowered to contribute. This isn't just about improving work performance. It's about creating a community where every person feels an integral part of something bigger than themselves. Ultimately, choosing to understand others is a powerful act of leadership that goes beyond managing tasks. It's a commitment to recognizing the human story behind every face and every voice. This kind of leadership inspires not only immediate positive change, but also a ripple effect that can transform entire communities. When you lead by embracing the full picture of what it means to be human, you create a legacy of connection, trust, and lasting impact, one conversation at a time. When you step forward and show who you really are, you're not just sharing parts of your story, you're inviting others into your world. Think about the times you've seen someone hide behind a mask, pretending that everything is perfect, when deep down they're struggling just like everyone else. When you have the courage to drop that mask and be honest about your struggles, your failures, and your successes, you're doing something truly powerful. You saying, "I'm human too." And when people see that, they feel safe to be themselves as well. There's a strength in vulnerability that many people overlook. It's easy to hide behind a facade, to always appear confident and unbreakable. But that kind of armor can make you seem distant and unapproachable. When you choose to be genuine, you open up a channel of trust and empathy that can transform relationships. I've seen leaders who share their personal stories and admit when they're wrong, and the effect is always the same. They create an environment where people feel understood and valued. When someone speaks from the heart, it breaks down barriers and invites a deeper connection. Imagine a situation where a person in charge is facing a big challenge. Instead of pretending that everything is under control, they gather their team and admit, I'm struggling with this and I don't have all the answers. That simple admission can be a game changer. It shows that even those in leadership positions are not immune to the challenges of life. When a leader is open about their fears and uncertainties, it encourages everyone else to speak up and share their own concerns. This openness turns an atmosphere of tension into one of collaboration, where everyone works together to find a solution. It's in those moments of shared vulnerability that true strength is built, not by being flawless, but by learning from every setback. Being genuine means sharing both the good and the bad. It's about celebrating your wins and acknowledging your losses without shame. When you let your true self shine, you give others permission to do the same. I remember a time when a person in a leadership role talked openly about a mistake they had made early in their career. Instead of sweeping it under the rug, they explained how that error taught them an invaluable lesson, one that changed the way they approached their work forever. The honesty in that moment resonated deeply with everyone listening. It wasn't about admitting defeat. It was about showing that every experience, no matter how painful, has the potential to make us stronger and wiser. There is also something incredibly liberating about accepting your imperfections. When you're genuine, you stop trying to be someone you're not. Instead of striving for an unrealistic image of perfection, you embrace the fact that your quirks, your mistakes, and your moments of doubt are all part of what makes you unique. This authenticity creates a safe space for everyone around you. People begin to see that they don't have to hide their own flaw. They learn that real strength comes from acknowledging your humanity and using it as a stepping stone to growth. Moreover, when you're open about your vulnerabilities, you build a bridge of trust that can support the weight of even the toughest challenges. Others feel more comfortable coming forward with their ideas and concerns, knowing that they won't be met with judgment or criticism. Instead, they find understanding, support, and a shared commitment to overcoming obstacles together. This kind of genuine leadership transforms teams into families where every member feels appreciated for who they are, not just for what they do. Ultimately, the act of being genuine and vulnerable is a powerful tool for anyone who wants to make a lasting impact. It's about more than just admitting when you're wrong or sharing a personal story. It's about creating an environment where empathy reigns. It's about showing that strength is not measured by the number of battles you've won, but by the courage to face your fears, share your truth, and inspire others to do the same. When you lead with your heart, you create a legacy of trust, resilience, and connection that outlasts any temporary success. So as you reflect on your own journey, remember that it's okay to be real. Embrace your vulnerabilities and let them guide you towards deeper, more meaningful relationships. In a world where everyone is trying to appear flawless, dare to be different, dare to be genuine, and in doing so, you'll not only empower yourself, but also ignite a spark of authenticity in everyone you encounter. Small acts of kindness are the quiet sparks that ignite tremendous change. Imagine a busy day where every minute feels like a race against time. In that whirlwind, it's the unexpected smile, the genuine compliment, or the caring gesture that can make everything feel lighter. Picture a leader in the midst of chaos, pausing for just a moment to recognize an employee's hard work with a heartfelt thank you. That small act doesn't just lift the spirit of the person being thanked, it creates a ripple that touches everyone around. When someone feels seen and appreciated, their heart opens and they begin to believe in the power of small gestures. This simple acknowledgement can transform a workplace from a place of routine transactions into a vibrant community where every member feels valued. Imagine a time when a kind word came at just the right moment. It might have been a colleague who noticed your effort on a project, or a friend who offered a listening ear during a rough day. Those moments, though brief, carry a weight that is immeasurable. They remind us that empathy isn't about grand declarations or sweeping reforms. It's about the little things that often go unnoticed. A gentle pat on the back, an unexpected note of encouragement, or even a small act of service, like offering help with a task, can be life-changing. These are the building blocks of trust and connection. When you take a moment to care, you open a door that many might have long closed. The beauty of these acts is that they require nothing more than your time and genuine concern, yet they have the power to transform attitudes and relationships. Consider the idea that every kind word you share is like a drop of water that fills an ocean. Each drop may seem small on its own, but together they create waves that reach far beyond the initial act. In a team setting, when someone is uplifted by a simple act of kindness, they are more likely to spread that positivity. Soon the entire group starts to operate from a place of mutual respect and care. The impact of these actions can turn a series of isolated moments into a continuous flow of encouragement and support. When each person commits to performing these small acts, they build a culture where every individual feels important and understood. I have witnessed firsthand how a single small gesture can change the course of events. In one instance, a leader took the time to personally thank a quiet team member whose contributions were often overlooked. That simple act of recognition not only boosted the team member's confidence, but also signaled to everyone else that every effort, no matter how small, was important. The transformation was palpable. People started to engage more, share ideas, and even support each other in unexpected ways. The entire atmosphere shifted from one of routine duty to one of shared purpose and belonging. It was a powerful reminder that big changes don't always come from large-scale initiatives. They often start with a single act of empathy. Small acts of kindness are also a testament to the fact that you don't need to have extraordinary resources to make a difference. Whether you're a seasoned leader or someone just trying to get through the day, the opportunity to uplift someone is always within reach. You might not have the power to solve every problem, but you do have the power to change someone's day by simply caring. And as these small gestures accumulate, they contribute to a larger movement of compassion that can change not just individual lives, but entire communities. It is a reminder that every interaction holds the potential to create positive change. Every day offers countless moments to demonstrate empathy and kindness. It can be as simple as listening without interrupting, offering genuine praise, or stepping in to help when you see someone in need. These acts might seem trivial at first, but they have a lasting impact. They build bridges of understanding and foster environments where people feel supported and motivated. When we lead with empathy, we choose to see the best in others and to nurture that potential. And in doing so, we not only uplift those around us, but we also create a legacy of warmth, trust, and connection that echoes far beyond the moment. Imagine a team where every member feels safe enough to speak their truth, where honesty and trust are not just buzzwords, but the foundation of every interaction. When leaders genuinely care about the well-being of those around them, they create an environment where each person feels valued for who they are, not just for what they do. This environment is where real teamwork blossoms, where creativity thrives, because people are no longer afraid to share bold ideas, and where challenges are met together with a sense of unity and purpose. It starts with the leader's simple act of showing up authentically and listening with an open heart. When a leader takes the time to understand what makes each team member unique, their dreams, fears, and personal struggles, it sends a powerful message. You matter. Over time, that message builds a strong foundation of trust. People begin to see that the leader's not there solely to give orders, but to stand beside them in both the triumphs and the setbacks. This trust creates a safety net, allowing everyone to take risks and be creative without the fear of harsh judgment or failure. In such an environment, small moments of genuine care add up to something extraordinary. Think of a scenario where a leader notices that a team member has been unusually quiet in meetings. Instead of overlooking this change, the leader reaches out, asks if everything is all right, and offers a listening ear. This simple gesture of empathy can have far-reaching consequences. It might encourage that team member to open up about a challenge they're facing, or it might prompt others to speak up about their own hurdles. As a result, the team begins to see each other as more than just colleagues. They become a group of individuals who trust one another enough to share both successes and struggles. When trust permeates the team, it transforms the everyday dynamics into something much richer. Ideas flow more freely because each person feels safe to share their perspective without the fear of being dismissed. Even when disagreements arise, the conversations are respectful and constructive because there's an underlying belief that everyone is working towards the same goal. This mutual respect and shared purpose lay the groundwork for resolving conflicts in a way that not only mends differences, but also strengthens the bonds between team members. The beauty of building trust through empathy is that it creates a self-reinforcing cycle. Once people feel valued and understood, they are more likely to extend that same empathy to others. One person's act of kindness can inspire another, and before long, you have an entire team operating like a close-knit family. This culture of care becomes evident in the way team members support one another during difficult times, celebrate each other's successes, and collaborate seamlessly on projects. The result is not just an increase in productivity, but a genuine sense of belonging that elevates the whole group. Moreover, when leaders build trust in this way, they empower others to take ownership of their work. Employees start to see themselves as integral parts of the team's success, and their contributions become more meaningful because they know their efforts are recognized and appreciated. The leader's commitment to nurturing each individual creates an environment where everyone feels responsible for one another's success. This mutual accountability not only drives higher performance, but also fosters a workplace where challenges are tackled collectively rather than as isolated burdens. Ultimately, the essence of building trust in strong teams lies in the simple act of caring. When leaders focus on the well-being of their team members, they create a ripple effect that transforms everyday interactions into powerful moments of connection. The culture of empathy that emerges is one where each individual feels secure enough to be creative, honest, and innovative. In this kind of environment, the team is not just a group of people working together. It is a family united by a shared commitment to lifting each other up and achieving common goals. By investing in trust, leaders lay the foundation for a legacy of unity, resilience, and success that endures long after the immediate challenges have passed. When challenges arise, they bring with them an invitation to grow and to transform difficulties into stepping stones toward a brighter future. Picture a moment when everything seems to be falling apart. Deadlines missed, problems piling up, and a heavy weight of stress settling in. In that very moment, instead of succumbing to despair, a leader who approaches obstacles with empathy sees a hidden opportunity waiting to be discovered. This leader understands that every setback is not a dead end, but a chance to learn something new about themselves and about those around them. Imagine facing a situation where the usual solutions aren't working and frustration is mounting. Rather than reacting with anger or forcing a quick fix, the empathetic leader takes a step back and listens to the voices of the team. They encourage open dialogue, inviting each person to share their perspective on what's going wrong and, more importantly, what might be done differently. This approach turns what could have been a divisive moment into one of collaboration. The leader's genuine care for each team member's experience helps everyone see that the problem is not just a hurdle, but a shared challenge that can bring them closer together. When you lead with empathy, you create a space where people feel safe to admit their mistakes, voice their concerns, and propose creative solutions. In these tough times, every obstacle becomes a mirror reflecting the strengths that lie hidden within each person. The process of tackling a challenge together is not just about solving an immediate problem. It's about building resilience, trust, and a deep sense of purpose. Each difficulty, when met with compassion, transforms into a learning opportunity that empowers the entire team to emerge stronger and more united. Think about a time when you encountered a major setback, perhaps a project that didn't go as planned or an unexpected change in circumstances that derailed your usual routine. Now imagine if instead of being met with criticism, you were met with understanding. Your leader listened, acknowledged your struggle, and helped you see how this moment could serve as a catalyst for change. By reframing the challenge as a chance to innovate, the focus shifted from blame to opportunity. This shift in perspective not only eases the immediate tension, but also builds a culture where failure is seen as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. In these moments of crisis, the leader's empathy works like a lens that brings hidden solutions into sharp focus. By truly listening to the concerns of their team, they can identify issues that might otherwise be overlooked and uncover ideas that can lead to breakthrough innovations. It's the subtle art of turning what seems like a disadvantage into a clear advantage, making the best out of what initially appeared as a set. When every voice is heard and every concern is validated, even the toughest challenges begin to look like opportunities for growth and transformation. This way of thinking doesn't just solve problems, it builds a legacy of resilience and unity. The team learns that they are not alone when facing difficulties. They are supported by a leader who cares deeply about their well-being and success. This support encourages each member to take risks, experiment with new approaches, and develop solutions that might have seemed impossible under normal circumstances. In time, these experiences create a reservoir of collective strength and wisdom that can be drawn upon in future challenges, ensuring that the team is always ready to face whatever comes their way. The transformation from challenge to opportunity is not instantaneous. It is a gradual process that requires trust, patience, and a willingness to learn from every setback. It is about embracing the truth that obstacles are an inevitable part of any journey, but how we respond to them can define our path forward. When empathy guides our actions, we begin to see challenges not as threats, but as invitations to evolve. Every struggle becomes a lesson in perseverance, every mistake a valuable piece of the puzzle, and every hardship a reminder that within every difficulty lies the seed of potential success. Ultimately, leading with empathy in tough times teaches us that our greatest strengths are forged in the fire of adversity. It's about recognizing that challenges are not the end of the road, but rather the beginning of an exciting new chapter. With every obstacle faced, you build the courage to try again, the wisdom to innovate, and the heart to support others through their own journeys. And in that process, you create a legacy of growth, unity, and resilience that inspires everyone to see every challenge as an opportunity waiting to be unlocked.